mate, this is a joke. Look at it, it's a joke, it's stunning. Outrageous. This whole drive, the last hour anyway, has literally been, oh wow, that's beautiful, turn another corner, oh my goodness, have you seen that, George, that's beautiful. George being like, Ryan, look at that, that's insane. It's just, every bend it gets better and better and better. Okay, we're here. First up, we literally just arrived, we're going straight up the Lost Mine Trail, so. Wow.
Boom. Coming back at us. Do a little bit on this. What is it? You've never had a vlog voice, or your vlog voice is just your voice.
Maybe I'm actually just two different people.
Maybe.
Maybe there's Ryan Adams and Adam Ryans, and maybe they're just very different people. And it depends who you meet on a given day.
This is cool.
Georgie, look at this. Cheers, brother. Life's pretty good.
Pretty hot.
Pretty hot, can't complain. Morning.
Sunrise.
Not a bad office for the day, is it? How are you? How did you sleep?
Slept pretty well, to be fair.
Yeah, I did surprisingly well. Not long, but like decent quality.
Yeah.
So, where did we leave people yesterday? On the hike. On the hike. So we did I think it was called the Lost Mine Trail. It's beautiful, really, really stunning. And today we're going to Santa Elena Canyon, which is the kind of iconic photo that everyone posts from Big Bend and is on all the Big Bend literature and whatnot. So we'll check the common tourist trap off the list. No, it looks amazing actually. And to get there though, we're doing what's called the Ross Maxwell Scenic Drive, which apparently is just the most unbelievable sort of aesthetic bendy road. So that'll be good fun. And yeah, that's it, that's the plan. Not bad, eh? People at home have to believe us, that is just wild. Look at that. Very special. Fancy a swim, Georgie?
That would be quite nice, to be fair. Join it, Ryan.
It's an interesting experience. There's a lot of sediment. Trust me, my friend. That's a challenge. It's just, there's a thick layer of sediment that you think, oh, that's really soft, that's easy to stand on, and then you just go right through it, and then there's rocks underneath that you just jagged. But yeah, what a background, what a backdrop. Oh yeah. Sorry, George.
Wow.
Home for the next few days. Charles, look at this.
I'm going to take my shoes off. Here you go. Show them around.
Hi. How does this work? What do we do here? Hiya. We need you back, George. It's not working. But look at this. Look at out here. It's getting cut. We need to caveat this by saying that last night we stayed somewhere on a much lower budget because we knew we'd be staying here tonight because, yeah, this isn't budget friendly by any means. I mean, that place last night, I mean, as they said on their website, the rooms were rustic, which is one way, that's what they said on their website, rustic, which is one way of putting it. Yeah, the rooms were not anything to write home about, but what you're paying for in that location is the setting, obviously.
Yeah, as soon as you walk out the door there, it's just amazing.
So this one's a little bit more pricey. I think that's probably pretty evident, but here we go. And this is why. So we're in Telingua. I forgot to say we're in Telingua. Wow. Amazing. Nothing much to say, is there? We're just very, very lucky. Very lucky boysies. Yeah, there's nothing to say.
It's just too, I don't know.
It's too good.
It's too good to say anything.
Well, I think we should stop filming and just dive bomb in this. Or maybe we should film that, I don't know. I mean, for all the money we're paying, we probably should get a lifeguard. we probably should get a lifeguard anyway, but hey ho. I wonder what this is for. That's for you, George.
That's
that's the deep end.
That's to scoop out the scorpions.
It is. It's to get the snakes out there. I don't need anyone else, George. I've got my ring. I've got my watermelon. That's all a man needs.
Do you know what? The audio from this, the crackling of the fire, you can hear it.
Well, that's nice.
That YouTube video sounded cool.
But that's nice.
Have you ever put the Netflix fireplace on?
No. I'm not going to turn on the TV to look at a fireplace, George. That is not appropriate. Anyway, we're here. We've got the fire going. It's a lovely evening. It marks not the midway point in our trip, but this next stage of our little adventure here.
Yeah.
Fireside chat. It feels apt to talk about something meaningful for once, because the last week has just been trolling and you filming, being silly. So I want to ask you, and we have conversations to this effect anyway, but I don't think I've asked you this question before. What's your biggest lesson of the year so far? What have you learned?
It's a big question.
It's a big question.
I've learnt a lot this year. Ups and downs.
You've changed a lot this year.
Yeah, I think so. I can sort of see that myself, which is cool. But I've also had other people say that a little bit.
That helps, that's validated.
Yeah. But I think the biggest lesson is, because I've had some downs, is just go through with them. Like, just keep pushing through. It does sound cheesy, but so many people just give up.
They do.
and that's what separates people that actually achieve stuff to people that just give up. And I don't want to be someone that gives up. So I thought, we're doing this no matter how hard it is.
And you're mainly referring to business, right?
Yes, 100%.
And the flake rate in any area of life is a lot. Like if you go into a gym and you see all the new members in the gym, or with weight loss, with my stuff, like the flake rate is very high. But with a business, flake rate is huge. It's really high.
I mean, barely, like everyone has ideas of business, but to start with, not many people even try and do it.
But that is the good thing about you. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the word is to describe it. Maybe it's industriousness, but you just do things. And whatever objections or obstacles and excuses other people find, or rationalizations to not try that other people find, you just seem to just, let's do it. And that's why you're doing what you do. You're here at 19 years old.
Yes.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, very lucky.
Well, talented, but yeah, bit of luck too.
Bit of both.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
What's been your biggest lesson this year? What have you learned?
It's definitely, this is easy for me, it's definitely that, for me, my biggest growths come when I destroy my own stubbornness. It's a bit dramatic, wasn't it? But,
what's your stubbornness?
I don't know, I just think I know best, I just don't get help. And that's where you've been a blessing to me. I refuse to change. We've had discussions, we won't go into it now, about content and that sort of thing, and where that's going, where my social media stuff is going. And I've just destroyed it lately. Yeah. This week you've seen it, it's a totally different side. And we could talk about the driving as well. I was so stubborn about that for so long. And these are very small things, to be honest, but they have shown me that when I just destroy whatever that rigidity I have, like, no, I've got this really dismissive, no, I can't do this now, or I have to focus, or I must do it like this. Yeah. I can't have help, no, it's got to be this way. When I destroy that, everything gets better. And now I can see that, I can carry that forward and open up myself. I will be able to see new opportunity now in a much better way, and I won't just dismiss it. So that was an easy one for me. I've thought about that before. That's, 100%. Yeah.
Thanks. I mean, even like me mentioning TikTok, I've pushed you to it, but your mind is more open now, because I'm pretty sure I've mentioned it before.
You have many times, yeah. Everyone tells me to do TikTok.
Yeah, and now you're going to do it, and you're going to grow massively.
So stay tuned.
Yeah.
But that's enough of this woo-woo, mushy nonsense. Let's go back to bantering each other again in British fashion. Here we are. This is incredible.
Why are your sunglasses on still?
I don't know why my sunglasses are on still, but this is probably because of that. Probably because of this barnet.
That's true.
But yeah, let's enjoy this now. Fantastic.
I've still not even been in the pool.
Get yourself in there right now.
Let me take this mic off first.
Yeah, we'll pause this now.
No, they go hear the splash.
I want to do a little.
Proving that I do everything.
I've got to do a little Instagram reel with this delicious fire. Oh, that's lovely.
The mic's still on. How deep is this?
How deep is your love? Get in there, mate.
Yeah.
Okay, day 6 or 7, depending on if you count our travel day, and we are now leaving. As you can see, we're on the road again, once again. We're leaving Big Bend, specifically last night we were in Tilingua, just that amazing property. And now we're headed to San Antonio, which I've heard fantastic things about, frankly. Everyone says, do the Riverwalk, you gotta do the Riverwalk. So that will certainly be happening. I've actually got a lot of work to do. I've got a couple of client calls when we arrive there later today and tomorrow. So it might not be the immersive San Antonio experience that I would have liked, but we're gonna have a great time regardless. And food-wise, because we haven't talked about it much, we've showed a lot of our food between these two vlogs here, but we haven't talked about it a great deal. Food-wise, certainly the last 48 hours has been I don't know if chaotic is the word, because that makes it sound like we've had a whole bunch of rubbish. We really haven't, and that's because we've been out in the sticks. So it's been quite hard to find sort of healthy options in restaurants. There's a lot of fried food out here. Most of the time we'll look at a menu and we're like, no, we just dismiss it because there's nothing really we want there. And so we've sort of ended up cobbling together meals here and there that are slightly less than ideal. But you've seen a lot of it. I mean, we've had a lot of fruit out here, haven't we, George, over the last, day or two, so that's been good. You've seen us eating lots of fruit, so in terms of nutrients, been pretty decent. But then, like last night, for example, we just had to throw together some microwave beans, which are fine, and like this vegan mac and cheese, quote-unquote thing, which actually was incidentally quite tasty, but not the cleanest thing in the world. You could make it a lot cleaner yourself. So we're doing the best we can, and I think that's my MO, really, when it comes to trips and vacations and whatnot. You know it's not going to be perfect. You know you're probably not going to be able to mirror precisely your meal plan. Of course, it depends where you go, the meal plan you would follow at home. So just try and, as best you can, do a bit of damage limitation. You know there'll be a little bit of naughty things. There might be an indulgence here and there. You might occasionally eat out. But if you can balance it with enough decent stuff when you've got access to a kitchen, or like the hummus, like we've got hummus and avocado sandwiches again today, or the healthy wraps you've seen us have, and the meals out for the clean eating meals we've had, like going to Juiceland in Austin and going for sushi and whatnot. These are decent options. If you can balance the naughtier or the less perfect things, let's say, out with those healthier options, you're going to come back off that trip and you're going to not be in too bad a shape. Plus, all the activity we've done here, the trails we've hiked and whatnot, and going to the gym many times in Austin because we had access to one in our hotels, that's offset. Not that you should always view it like this, but that's offset some of the slightly poorer eating choices, let's say. A gentle reminder of home. 78 miles to go. Well, I'll be damned if it ain't like my grandmother's, my Grammy's pecan pie. My God.
Turn left, then the destination is on your left.
How do we get out of here?
So we're actually trying to find the exit.
Honestly, they don't want us to leave. How do we get out? They've trapped us. Access to club room.
Maybe over there.
Garage,
It says
restrooms.
Exit over there.
Exit to what? Access to buildings 1 and 2. Well, there's the gym. We went there earlier. Oh, it must be this way. You must be right.
Let's have a
Find
look.
out. We're going to set a bunch of alarms off.
Oh. So
I
far, so good.
think they want to keep us in here forever.
It
Here's the
looks
outside.
promising.
We've escaped Alcatraz. So let's see if we get shot down. We've escaped Alcatraz. Oh, there we go. This is fun.
Oh, this is cool.
San Antonio, baby. Doesn't feel like the US at all, does it?
Nope.
Feels like Europe. Right, bit of a nightmare food-wise this evening because by the time we went out and explored, it was pretty late. George had editing to do. I had a couple of client meetings. Options were few and far between, but from Earthburger, I've got this power bowl. I'll try and move this. This is a bit of quinoa patty on top, which looks quite fried, but it was about the best option they had, frankly. Well, it was certainly the best option they had. So there's a bunch of, I don't know how much you can pick this up, a bunch of veggies in there. This is an agave mustard sauce, so it's not ideal, but it will do. And then we'll probably go to Whole Foods tomorrow. So that's it. Day 1 in San Antonio. Long day, 6-hour drive that was today. But we're here, we made it. See you tomorrow. The first 12 weeks were excellent.
Yeah.
I think we both agree, right? We're really happy with the results, really happy with the habits you're building, how your relationship with food was improving. Has anything changed for you mentally, or are we just in a stubborn period where we're having lots of plateaus? What's your honest assessment?
for a set. It's essential stuff. You know, it actually increases your strength.
It does. Through vanity. Vanity strength. Whoa. Try and go for about 15. Okay, we're at Green Cuisine, a place called Green Cuisine, just north of San Antonio. Had that workout this morning. We haven't actually eaten anything yet, so straight into lunch. It's 12 o'clock, and we've got the... So loud in here now. As soon as I start talking, it's so loud. Having the chorita bowl. Look at this, beautiful chorita bowl. So, avocado, tofu, sesame slaw, carrot. Not sure what this dip is. Quinoa, chickpeas, broccoli. Some tomatoes under there. Right on my street, really good. It's really good, really clean. Extremely expensive, but really clean. Yeah, not right, no good. So we're off to the Natural Bridge Caverns. We're going to check them out. That's just slightly north, I think, of San Antonio. Whilst we do that though, whilst I try and figure out where on earth I'm going here, am I on here?
Yeah.
Yes. And that's rather topical what's just happened there, because ever since arriving in the US, and we joked about it when I arrived, driving on the wrong side of the road, etc, etc, but actually driving here has been pretty easy, relatively straightforward. There's not as much traffic, everything's pretty clear, you haven't got the chaos of roundabouts. It's been a pleasure to drive here. People pull out of you right in front of you. That's my only qualm. People pull out really, really dangerously, I think, right in front of you here. And it's been far more than on one occasion for us to say that it's a one-off. It seems to be a trend, people pulling out very eagerly in front of you. However, aside from that, it's actually been a pleasure driving here. It's been all right. We haven't had any major incidents, have we? It's been fine. However, this was until we came to San Antonio yesterday, where driving is absolutely chaotic. This, what we would call a ring road in the UK, this major network around San Antonio is just absolute carnage. There's 5-lane nonsense and people are cutting in and out. No one knows where they're going, and I don't blame the individual drivers for this. Like, the signage is shocking. It's just chaos. Like, this 5-lane thing we're on right now, like, this is, thank goodness for the sat-nav, but even with that, it's like, where are we going? When do we go left? When do we go right? Are we coming off here? It's so confusing. The name of all the exits is like, exit 263B. It's like, how many exits do you have? It's ridiculous. But aside from that, driving's been a pleasure. So that's my rant over. Anyone that's been to San Antonio and driven here, you'll know this is absolute carnage. But generally, driving in the US has been a pleasure. What's going on? The exit's here, so they have an entrance and then they have the exit right there. So he's got to come across. This is, oh my goodness, this is wild. This is absolute madness. Look at these lot. Changing lane without indicators down there. Were you changing lane or not? This one in front of us now. Are you changing lane or not? How long have you been flashing for? Anyway, that's enough ranting on this. Let's go and see some caverns. I might stay down there. I might stay in the cabins because I'm not driving home. No, thank you. Good Lord.
I can't be natural. I don't know what to say. I've been told to vlog, but this isn't my vlog. This is Ryan's vlog, so I'm taking over, I guess. Ryan's on his phone. He's probably trying to schedule a post. Doesn't like scheduling posts. Doesn't work. Yes, cavern tours, that's what we're going for. God, my arm is aching. What's this? There's a shop over there, get some jewellery.
What are you babbling on about? You think these people want to hear you? I could just hear you muttering away. I was like, what's he actually talking about? There's not much to say here.
I guess you'll find
There's some
out.
nice trees, there's not much else to say. See the little Lizzie?
Well, oh yeah.
But it wasn't formally discovered until the early 1960s.
the appropriate choice of attire today.
Green detox, kale, mango, banana, pineapple. Taste test. The secret with green smoothies is you put enough sweet stuff in there, so it isn't just greens. So they've done kale, obviously, which is the only green component, and then enough sweetness in the mango, banana, pineapple. That's really good, actually. That's really good. And Georgie Boy, let me show you what Georgie Boy got whilst we're at it. What's this one? Purple Rain, blueberry, strawberry, banana, almond butter, chia seeds. That sounds amazing.
Switch you around to me.
Why don't you do the taste test? Just give me this thing.
It should be in focus if you lean against the door. Just for context, whenever I'm filming Ryan in the car,
Mate,
I'm like this.
is this on? Yeah.
Taste
no,
test.
You're in focus. Yeah, go on. Purple rain, purple rain.
Nice. That's
Decent?
good. That's nice. Yeah, it's nice.
Wow, brilliant. George, by the way, hold on, you take the camera back.
Okay.
Whilst we're at this, you know what I'm about to say, don't you? Whilst we're at this, George is just Mr. Understated. Everything is underplayed. So George will be having the best day of his life, and you ask him, "How are you, mate? You having a good day?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's pretty cool." Secretly, he's having the best day ever. It'll be really hot outside, and George is like, "Oh, it's pretty toasty out here." Or we'll go to some stunning scenery, and I'm like we have been many times on this trip, and I'll be like, "Isn't that incredible, George?" And he's like, "Yeah." It's like so underplays everything, and it's driving me nuts. No, it's pretty funny. But that's good then. Purple Rain.
It's a good smoothie. I like banana and smoothie and blueberries. That's my usual.
That's really nice, really refreshing. Little cereal bowl snack here. So got the Bob's Red Mills muesli. Is what I have a lot of my clients in the US eat. Trying some of this Ezekiel Golden Flax as well. Bit of almond milk, a couple of straws, just a really simple snack. Spaceman, I always wanted you to go into space, man. You know that one, George?
I actually don't.
You're too young, you're too young. You definitely know ground control to Major Tom. Yes, you do, come on now.
No.
I always wanted you to go into space, man. Okay, we're late. Let's go. My girlfriend's in there.
Which one is it? Like, making it look like we're on the moon.
That's it. Ready for takeoff. Spaceman, I always wanted you to go into space, man.
We've got to do a song count. How many times you sing that today?
Babylon Zoo.
Identity, go for landing, 3,000 feet. Stop alarm. Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
You know what's amazing? Aside from paying probably $5 for grapes, just how overwhelming and how many steps there are involved in 50 years ago, more than that, going, there's the moon, we're going to find a way to get there, and just all the complexity and all the stress and all the fires that you've got to put out, even just with 1% of that journey to make all of that happen. Think about how overwhelming that is. Now think about how overwhelmed you get when you have to decide what to watch on Netflix on an evening, or what you're going to eat for dinner. Doesn't compare, does it? Falafel wrap from Whole Foods on the go again. Back to Austin now. Honestly, this thing about pulling out in front of you and coming right up to you when you're going at a perfectly reasonable speed for your lane, we don't have it in the UK, it's bad. And I said a couple of days ago, driving here has mostly been a pleasure, but as soon as you're in the cities, people are up your backside. I don't know what it is, I don't know what people are in a rush for, but we've just been in an hour's queue because someone's had a fatal crash as well, and you would think people are tentative and cautious after that, but nope. we've been driving again 10 minutes, we've already had people cutting right in front, right up our backside, haven't we?
Yep.
Just wild here, it really is.
Always getting in the way of shots.
It's, I just like the limelight, George, just want the attention. No, it's a very miscellaneous museum. I suppose many are, but it's very, I mean, just looking at it here, very miscellaneous. And the thing is as well, when you go to a museum in Europe, you've literally got thousands and thousands of years of history potentially in there. And not to speak disparagingly on it, but it's just the fact. When you come to the US and you go to a museum, you've got 300, 500 years max of documented history. So just in terms of the depth of stuff you can have in a museum here, it is a lot less. But it's still cool. And I've also been spoiled because DC has some of the best museums I've ever been to. And so anywhere else I go in the US, they're not going to compete with the museums in DC. They're just ridiculous. Really cool. So we're back in Austin. Ostentatious Austin, which it definitely is. If you haven't been before, it is ostentatious. Whistle stop and Houston visit. Flying home in a couple of days' time. Frankly, George and I have got so much work to do now, and there's other stuff we want to do, other stuff we want to film. Then we're actually going to wrap up this road trip video here. But actually, before we do, there's something we've been going on about since we arrived, something we said we were going to do. We tried to do it in the first vlog, but if you remember, Ryan Adams doesn't wait. Ryan Adams doesn't stand in queues. That's the Ryan Adams rule. So arrogant. So arrogant. We're going to get pancakes. A little bit naughty, I know. We're going to try and find pancakes because it didn't work well last time. So we'll get some pancakes. Then we're wrapping up. I hope you've enjoyed me. I can't. You can tell we've been filming for 2 weeks. I hope you've enjoyed these. And let me know your feedback. Let me know how you're finding them down below. Okay. Pancakes. When in Rome, as they say, we've got enough maple syrup to drown a man. Drown a man alive. We'll do the taste test. Pancakes. Fluffy. This is
All about excitement.
yeah, it's always an anti-climax, right? And I guarantee as well, I'll have about half of this first one, then I'll be like, I know I don't eat like this anymore. And by the way, this is their version of a fruit cup. $4.